My God, how do you sum up this game? United absolutely bossed the second half 2-0, and you're thinking, okay, this is finally efficient, clinical, looking good. 6 minutes into the second half, 2-2. This defense, honestly, and like Shaw has been unbelievable recently, right?
Right, yeah.
Wan-Bissaka has been really good and arguably is the best defensive-minded right back in the league, right? I think Trent
Which is rare in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's better going forward, but Wan-Bissaka is better defensively. But the two centre-backs, now I feel like every fan kind of jumps in on Harry Maguire. So I'm going to join in. I do not know how that man cost £85 million. Leicester must be still pissing themselves at the fact that they sold him for 85 and brought in Soyuncu, right? Like, there was this week, so the Fernandes goal was really good, right? A really beautiful looping goal, but the Manchester United Twitter feed tried to compare it to that iconic Cantona goal, where he kind of floats into the top corner. It looked nothing like it. But what they should have done is compared Harry Maguire's arm waving to Fabian Barthez's arm waving against West Ham, because he's waving his arm just pointing to God, hoping that something's going to save him.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It was really bad. And he plays the whole front line on side. Calvert-Lewin is there. Calvert-Lewin is having such a good season. And Everton they had a bit of a wobble in form. But there seems to be a real fight about that side. And there seems to be a real, there's quality and determination. So I think it's only a matter of time before they start doing things again. If you know what I mean, they had such a great start to the season.
And I mean, I was looking at the standings, and Everton, they've got 2 games in hand, and they might as well jump up sooner than we expect. So they're 7th. With 37 points and 2 games in hand. If they win both, they would be even with Leicester. Now, I don't know if they would win both, but once again, this kind of shows how you can't count really anybody out this year, especially with the weird schedules in the Prem. It feels like some teams have 2 games in hand and much more. So, yeah, Everton, I think they're having a killer season regardless of how they end up, but they might still be in fighting for top 4 finish. I don't know.
Well, can you imagine if Carlo delivers them Champions League football? That is huge. That is huge.
You mean eyebrow, Carlo? Yeah.
God, I love that eyebrow. I really wish I could do it. I can't, for the video people, I can't do it. So there you go. There's my attempt. But yeah, moving on from Manchester United, I just think, if we've said it before, their front line is so bloody good. And their midfield now is very good. Like Scott McTominay, I don't think he's getting the plaudits he deserves. He's a very, very good player. And Manchester United through and through. But they just need that centre-back pairing sorting out. And somebody, Steve, did bring it up on the chat. De Gea might be done. I think he's had quite a few opportunities now. They've got a very good young English goalkeeper in Dean Henderson, who had a fantastic season at Sheffield United last year. Again, Manchester United product. How he's not being brought into the team by now is kind of confusing me. I know De Gea is probably on a lot more money than him, and he's a big name. But for a few years now, De Gea has been not the most reliable, not the most consistent. So I feel like maybe it's time to give Henderson a shout. He did so well at Sheffield last year. It must be worth a go.
So last year, before football stopped from one day to the next in a very unprecedented way, Rory and I had big plans. We had started a blog, which has now turned into a podcast and into a Twitch Monday evening meeting that you're listening to. So there is always a silver lining. But one article that we were trying to work on was the situation of the Spanish goalkeepers heading into the European Championship in the summer. Because we were we're looking at De Gea, Kepa, and Pepe Reina. Those are the 3 keepers that Spain have, the 3 big keepers. I think that right now there are a few more names, right? I'm not so knowledgeable about La Liga. There are a few more names coming up in La Liga, but they don't come to your mind like that. So Spain is kind of struggling with that. If the European Championship is going to be played this summer, they need a goalkeeper that has been playing games. Now, it might as well be Pepe Reina, man. He's definitely doing better at Lazio than...
He's not bad, Reina. He still does a job.
I'm going to say it. He's only a beep fascist, but besides that, he's a pretty... Man, we know we've already covered the Lazio fans quite a bit. The Lazio fans must have done the research on Pepe Reina, and when Pepe Reina landed in Rome earlier in the summer, they all welcomed him with a straight arm. So, and there was no statement from Pepe Reina about it. So I'm assuming he kind of digs that. But yeah.
Oh shit. Well, look. Okay. Someone just commented. Sorry, SOTV 1875 just said Pepe Reina is dog shite, guys. He could well be dog shite, but what we're saying is potentially Kepa and De Gea might be more dog shite. I don't know.
Oh well,
Kepa
one of
almost certainly.
Definitely, certainly. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there is some pressure maybe from the Spanish national team to start De Gea for Man U. They need him, and also contractual reasons. But tell me, Rory.
And another mention from Steve. This was something we put on the Twitter. I think that Lazio just signed Mussolini's grandson as a great grandson as well.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing about this? So he plays. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So we were discussing it with my friends over the weekend, and in the youth team, they don't have the names on their back. But now No, but wait a second. His last name is not Mussolini, man. He's the son of Alessandra Mussolini. So if he had, like everybody else in Italy, his dad's last name, it wouldn't be Mussolini. But apparently he's got the double last name. So if he will ever play Serie A, it will be up to him to choose the name. If he chooses Mussolini, you know what I think is unfortunate, man? I think that shirt is going to sell a shit ton of copies all over the world.
Yeah.
Including in the United States of America. I've said it all. I don't want to talk about this bullshit anymore.
No, okay, fair. Yeah, we can move on, but that is a massive shout. That would be a collector item for a certain type of person, I'm sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because that did catch our eye this week. But moving on to the Premier League, moving back to the Premier League quickly. Newcastle-Southampton. This is a game that I did not think was going to entertain me in the slightest. I put it on DAZN because I think the other option was, I can't remember, but I thought I'll stick it on. And it was a great game, 3-2. Alan Saint-Maximin, again, a very, very entertaining player to watch for Newcastle. They look so much more threatening with him in the team. He's been out for a while. He does tend to have a few injury problems, but he's back now. Him on one wing, Miguel Almiron together look really good. Callum Wilson up front. Newcastle kind of looked almost exciting, scoring 3 goals in a game. And on the day that Arsenal couldn't score a goal, of course, Joe Willock, on loan from Arsenal, scores on his debut for Newcastle. But it is good to see him doing well there. And Southampton are having a bit of a nightmare after losing 9-0. And so in the 9-0 loss, Jan Bednarek was sent off, which put them down to 9 men, right? He then gets the red card rescinded. And in this game, scores an own goal, right? And I'm pretty sure he might have got an own goal against United as well. He has had an absolute awful 180 minutes of football. They've conceded 12 goals, right?
Jesus.
And he's been sent off and scored an own goal. He is having an absolute nightmare. So I feel sorry for Jan. Another Polish player. Don't like seeing a Polish player doing badly, but he's having a bit of a nightmare. But Newcastle looking really good. It was a really entertaining game. James Ward-Prowse scored another incredible free kick. That guy, they just like penalties for him.
And I'm just looking at the Premier League standings, and there is quite a big gap now from the drop zone and the green zone. So Burnley are 17th at 23 points, followed by Fulham, who are 18th at 15 points. So there is an 8-point gap from relegation to non-relegation, and Newcastle are 10 points above relegation.
Yeah, and for Mike Ashley, that will be job done. Like, as long as Steve Bruce keeps him in the Premier League, he's perfectly happy. I think the Newcastle fans aren't particularly happy with Steve Bruce. They aren't particularly happy with where the club are. But for them, that is just stay in the Premier League and bring on the next year, if you know what I mean. But they've got some nice players there. I remember Newcastle being in the Champions League. And I remember them always being a very exciting team. I like the fans. I like the club. I would like to see them pushing and challenging again, like for kind of higher up the league. But I can't see it happening while Mike Ashley is there, unfortunately. But Newcastle fans, enjoy Saint-Maximin because that guy he's so good. And on social media, he is a fantastic follow. Absolutely fantastic follow.
And it's finally time, guys. We know that many of you are here only for this. It's Rory's time to rant about Arsenal.
Arsenal are ruining my weekends again, guys.
Welcome, Rory. He's our friend from Crew. Rory, how are you doing today?
My weekend was ruined, but this time it was ruined nice and early, right? I got it out of the way.
Good. Nothing like that feeling, right?
It was the first kickoff of the weekend. Usually, when we went on that mad losing run, it was always like the last game on a Sunday night. So you sat there the whole weekend going, I've got to watch this on Sunday night. And then you sat there thinking about how you've got to go into work the next morning. And you're like, oh, God, I hate my life. At least it was out of the way early this time. And early is the key word. Aston Villa scored within 70 seconds. Maybe 70 seconds. It was really like ridiculously early. I can't remember. Maybe, yeah, I want to say that. Anyway, it was a ridiculously early goal. And then nothing happened. We kept the ball for 90 minutes and did absolutely sweet FA with it.
Sweet
where do we
FA?
start?
What does FA stands for? Fuck
I was
off.
trying not to swear.
I think what we were the old man trying to set up Twitch.
Bryce is shouting at you.
I think I might have. Sorry, Bryce. Bryce is a young kid of 29 years of age from Minneapolis. He's sure in distress by this, but no. I think I clicked. I ticked the explicit box, so we should.
Okay, fair. So we did fuck all for 90 minutes, and well, okay, there were some positives. Martin Odegaard came on and looked quite promising. He looked like really, his vision was great, had a few chances. Lacazette was lively. We brought on Ober and he was just anonymous. But the thing is, we were starting to push, starting to get some opportunities, starting to kind of put the pressure on. And then Arteta brings on Willian. And it's just, honestly, just at that point...
in the top 5 of the worst enemies to world peace, right?
It's brutal. It's not even like... It's not funny at this point. It's just awful. He had something like 12 passes. They were all backwards, and 5 of them were off target. He was there to try and create chances for us. Like, he lost possession more than any other Arsenal player. He was on the pitch for 20 minutes.
Willian.
It is insane. It's, you know, you think someone has a vendetta against your club. He has a vendetta against our club. Like Petr Cech was working for Chelsea while he was playing for Arsenal. We all know that now. He was scouting for them. He did not give a shit about the club. Chelsea fans must be pissing their sides at us because we keep buying their rejects and they keep just. Oh God, I've never hated an Arsenal player as much as I hate Willian.
And especially when you in a team like Arsenal, full of young, upcoming talent, when you bring in someone like Willian, this person has a big responsibility, which is to lead by example, right? You are supposed to be the guy that has played international football, Premier League football for I don't know how many years. You are supposed to come in here and show the young guys the way. It's not supposed to be Saka or Martinelli showing you what you have to do, like fucking, get your job done. Well, I swear again, Bryce.
This is exactly the thing. He was meant to come in to coach Martinelli. He was the Brazilian guy to come in with experience and teach Martinelli how to play football. I hope Martinelli walks off every time this guy talks to him. Like, do not listen to him, Gabriel.
Oi, Gabriel! And he walks away. Oi, Gabriel! And he walks
away. You do
away.
not need to inherit that guy's work ethic. Like, it's so awful. And the thing, he's on a 3-year contract.
It's only the beginning, Roy.
There's already a Twitter page just like days until Willian's contract
I just want to... How old do you think he is?
He's 32, right?
Yeah, 32, exactly.
Yeah, he's Chelsea would only offer him 1 year. In Stroll Arsenal, 3-year contract. Anyway, yeah, we lost 1-0. Aston Villa still looked really good. Martinez obviously stopped everything that came towards him. But Arsenal fans, we need to stop moaning about the referees. There is not a conspiracy against us. They are not out against one club. They are just shit to every club. We can see now that the standard of refereeing in the Prem is so poor, that it's not just us. Everybody's getting these bad decisions. Whilst saying that, we should have definitely had a penalty because Martinez dragged over Lacazette on the goal line, and I've no idea how that wasn't. In fact, they gave a free kick to Villa, and it still blows my mind. But the standard of refereeing in the Premier League is absolutely woeful. Mike Dean has just had Thomas Souček's red card has been overturned.
Overturned, yeah.
Mike Dean has had 2 red cards in 2 games overturned now. That is awful.